Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I'm so happy to be with you here today, and I'm doubly happy to be with you in the correct mode. If you were with me here yesterday, you know that I was having fits with Facebook Live because it wouldn't let me go in a mirror image so that my words and everything would be facing correctly. But we got it all sorted out, so we are good. And I have something fun to share with you today. So although I'm in the midst of a week of Facebook Lives, Monday to Friday, today is Tuesday, and normally every week I come to you on Tuesday and we do Teach Me Tuesday. Hey, Laura and Diana, I'm glad you're with me today live. So on Teach Me Tuesday, I always teach you something. Hey, Gail, I'm glad you're here, and Vivian, welcome. So today I have a really fun designer series paper technique. Hey, Simone and Jill and Jackie, I've got a good group growing here. So I am coming to you. Let me tell you two things really quick, and then I'm going to bring the camera down because we got a lot of stamping to do. I've been coming to you this week at 4 o'clock, and I'm kind of experimenting with that time. I did this last week because of a prior engagement that I had, and I really liked the way it flowed in my day. So I'm open to suggestions here, but I think I'm going, whoa, and Siri just went off on my wrist for some reason. So I'm open to feedback, but I think I'm going to switch to 4 o'clock. Hey, Lisa, I'm glad you're here. So as I was saying, we are going to do a really fun technique, and it's called Stack and Shuffle. We're running this as a creative challenge in my team Facebook group, and I thought it would be super fun to share it here with you. And on my team Facebook group, we run a couple of challenges a month, and the challenges are there to be a creative prompt. And then we share our projects with that. You can share as many times as you want, and for every time you share, your name goes in the drawing. So here we go. I'm going to turn the camera down. Okay. Here we go. I think that we are, yes, we are right side up. We are not backwards. Life is good. I tell you, it's amazing the things that throw me for a loop, but backwards words, yeah, I got enough challenges with my brain. You put the words backwards and I'm gonna have a lot of problems. Okay, so first of all, this is the designer series paper that I am using. And let me just get my space here a little bit more organized. Here we go. Okay, let's bring down just a little bit more and get into camera range a little bit more. So Heartwarming Hugs is a beautiful set of designer series papers, and this actually is the paper that was released last year during the holiday catalog, and it made a comeback this year. So this is my little sampler chart that shows you the front and back of each piece, and then these are the cardstock colors that are featured. So with that being said, let's show you what we're going to do with Stack and Shuffle. Now I will tell you while I'm kind of prepping here, this is my bling that I'm probably going to use and my ribbon, and these are my stamping pieces. So we're going to actually make 4 cards, and that is what you do with Stack and Shuffle. You make 4 cards. So I can see that I need to come down a little bit in the camera. Okay, here we go. And I have 4 Pear Pizzazz card bases. Now, I'm using Pear Pizzazz with these patterns of the paper. I'm not using the red patterns. And hey, Mary, I'm glad you're here. And Lisa, I'm glad you're going to try to do this challenge on the team Facebook group. I think it's really cute. So I'm using the green patterns with a little pops of red, because I didn't want to make Christmassy cards. I wanted to make cards that are seasonal, but not Christmas, if that makes sense. Now, you could change these up and do 4 different card bases that coordinate, but I just thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and do these all 4 like this. Let me go ahead and do this first, and then I'm going to cut, and then we're going to stack and shuffle. Now, I think I left my cheat sheet with my measurements over at my die cutting station. So let me go grab that, and I will put the measurements on here for you so that you don't get mixed up on this when you try to do this, because I guarantee you you're going to want to do this. This is a super fun technique, and again, it's called stack and shuffle, and these measurements I got from Rick Adkins. Now, you can do this with other measurements, the same kind of process, but these are the measurements that I got from Rick, and I'm not great with measurements. So I have 5 1/4 by 4 inch pieces. I have 4 of them. And I will tell you that what my feeling on this is, what the little bit I've played with it, is you're better off with small patterns. You don't want large patterns, because you're going to cut this and you're going to cut all 4 together. So this is where you're going to take your stack, and the first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut at 2 3/4. So here we go, 2 3/4 right there. And you can do this with your Stampin' Trimmer. Now you'll need to press a little bit, but it goes right through. 2 3/4 is my first cut. Now let's pull these off, and I want to keep them all together. Now I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to cut it 3. Let me get my stack, make sure my stack, so that all my cuts are even. Now I'm going to cut it 3, and I'm going to leave all of these little stacks really together, all nice and neat. And then I'm going to take this small one, and I'm going to cut it at 2 inches. Yeah, Mary, I like these colors too. They're really warm. Of course, they're anything with old olive, pear pizzazz, I'm going to like. I love greens, so, and we have a lot of really nice greens in our annual catalog, so I'm grateful for that. Now I'm cutting this one at 2 inches, okay? So now I have these 4 little stacks. Let me move my paper trimmer because I don't need that anymore. Now we are going to make kind of a little patchwork quilt with the Designer Series papers on our 4 cards. And we're going to do it in a really particular way, and it's super fun. And I think you're going to love it. I love the name, Stack and Shuffle. It sounds like a dance. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to start with my little stack here and move this way, okay? Smallest to largest. Okay, now I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to shuffle 1 card to the back, and I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to take my next playing cards, and I'm going to go 1, 2. Yes, I will give you the measurements, Simone. So now I've gone 2. I've shuffled 2. Now on this stack, I'm going to shuffle 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, it's just like dealing cards. And my 4th stack, I'm not going to shuffle because I want all 4 patterns to show. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of the liquid glue is my highest recommendation here. These pieces of paper can end up getting a little bit, well, you need to position them. And when you do that, you may have to shift them a little bit. So I like to use the liquid glue. And I'm just going to go like this. Now you could even use the front, the front or the back here. And the first time I did this, I actually did just 2 patterns and, did front and back of each one. So there's a lot of different ways you can do this. But, I know you because I know me. And we are paper crafters. And I know that we tend to hoard our paper. So, oh, screen is frozen. Oh, interesting. You know what? It is for me too. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on. Am I still on? Can you hear me? Is it just the screen that's frozen? That's weird. Let me see. Let me just... Okay, let me bring you up for just a second and see what's going on. Okay, everything looks like... Could put more in the camera. I can do that, Gail. Can you guys see me now? Or is it still frozen? When I look at my camera, when I look at Okay. Okay, Carol's here. Okay, I'm good. Okay, let me bring this back down again because, yeah, my computer froze too. And I'm going to bring the camera in a little bit better so that you're not just looking at my, all my adhesives and stuff on my desk here, but you can actually see the project that we're working on. Okay, let me just bring my, okay, there we go. Okay, I think that's going to be better. So now I'm going to come over here, and this one I'm going to bring here because, again, I want it to be a patchwork quilt, so I want this long piece down here at the bottom. And again, you could use different sides of your paper, but I think what's fun about this is you make 4 cards really quickly. They all have a little different look, and for those of us who get bored with making the same, 4 of the exact same card, this is a brilliant technique. And again, it's called stack and shuffle. Okay, so, and I've put just like about 1/8 of an inch is the kind of little gap I've used on each one. So now I'm going to bring in the next one. And let me come down. I think I'm not quite in the camera the way I want to be. So now I'm going to use this polka dot, the green polka dot, as my largest piece. And then I'm just making like a little 1/8 inch, I'm making like a 1/8 inch, it's still not showing well, is it? I still need to come down farther. Wow, okay. Here we go. I need a 1/8 inch border around. Sorry about that, folks. It's a very imprecise system we have here with this camera. This is my phone, and it normally works really well. Am I moving it the wrong way? Am I going down the wrong way? Lord have mercy. You guys know I'm challenged on this stuff. Oopsie. Which way do I need to go? Yep, I think I still need to go down this way farther. Okay, I really like this houndstooth pattern, and I really like that green check pattern, but when I put them all together, it was just like too much green. I needed some little pops of red. Okay, I think I'm in better. Okay, here we go. And then last but not least, I'm going to bring in this little tiny piece up here. And I think that little bit of white is what I thought kind of brought a little bit of lightness to it and kept it from being too much of the same thing. So, whoopsie, that's why you want the liquid glue, because it'll kind of shift on you a little bit. So there's my first 2 patterns, and you can see how the differences are in them. So now I've got 2 more to do, and this one I'm going to have a lot of the white, and I think that's going to suit it really, really well. And we're really just making like a little patchwork quilt. And it's really a fun background to work with. Like I said, we all have well, I won't say hoards because I'm going to be kind here. But we do tend to hoard our designer series paper. And what I like about this, it's just 5 1/4 by 4 inch stack. You take 5 1/4 by 4. 4 pieces, cut them at 5 1/4 by 4. And then we make the other cuts, which I will publish here for you. And then we have all of these fun things to do. Now you see if I do that, it's just too much of the same. So I thought that those little pops of red and those little bits of white kind of helped. You can get as much as green. I love, love, love to design with green, but you can get too much of a good thing. And then it all just kind of, melds together. And you need a little bit of contrast. And again, I'm using the liquid glue because sometimes you need to shift your paper just a wee bit. So now I got a little bit of extra glue there. So now I've got 3 of these, and they all look a little bit different, but they all are really pretty. And then I'm going to go with the last one. So now I've got my houndstooth. This is my favorite pattern here. And now it's the largest of the patterns. And I want to challenge you to use up some of that designer series paper. And here I'm using, it's Christmas paper technically, but I'm just making cards that I can use in December or January. because they're warm colors, they're seasonal colors, but they're not, you know, I mean, like green houndstooth. It's not, green and red don't have to be Christmassy. And so that's where we're going to use some designing here that's going to help us to not just be Christmas, because most of us have our Christmas cards done. I'm so proud of myself because I tend to be last minute Lucy on my Christmas cards. I'm horrible about it, about getting them in the mail. And I have, my first 100 has gone out and my second 100 is almost ready to go. And they are braced to be finished tonight. So now that is good to go, and that is called Stack and Shuffle. 4 card bases, all a little bit unique, done and dusted, and I think they're just lovely. And again, you could do this with anything. Honestly, with these patterns, you could make these into masculine birthday cards for the season. You could do a lot of different things. These are really, really neutral patterns in that sense. Now, we're going to keep it a little bit simple because I want my background to really shine. I've chopped 4 labels here, and this is the labels that I was showing you yesterday. This is called Seasonal Layers, and this actually coordinates with the painted seasons. So it cuts out the pine cone and the bough and the holly leaf and things like that. But look at these awesome labels. These are just the bomb. So I just thought one of these would be perfect for making just a little set of cards. And this would actually make a really nice gift as well. And I'm going to do something really bold and simple because, again, I love my backgrounds. And so let's just do 4 cards here. Let's do, I think that's going to work better. Let's start, helps if you put the stamp on the right way. Let's start with hello, and then we're going to work our way through. And let's see what we can come up with. This is Candy designing on the fly because I was all about getting the technique, and then I forgot. Well, I didn't forget. I kind of ran out of time. Because this is, like I said, it has been Christmas Card Central, and I've been super hyper-focused. And then I got word today, my grandkids that are in the States are actually in, they are in West Texas on a medical assignment there, and my daughter said, hey, we're not anywhere today, you guys want to FaceTime with the kids. So of course everything stops for that. So there is my hello, but I'm not totally happy. So let's see what we can do to make that pop a little bit more. Let's just see if, yes, I think we need a little white. Grab a white scrap or 2, and let's see what we can come up with. Tomorrow we're going to do some packaging because, as I told you, we're going to be doing usable projects Monday through Friday this week, and packaging is something that we all need. So I thought that would be a good one for tomorrow. Okay, let's try. My sentiment cutout is actually, this is crumb cake. So again, I'm keeping the colors really warm and really neutral. I think I'm gonna like this better. And this is, I just used my postage stamp punch. Ah, yes. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's see what we think about this now. That's starting to look really cute, and I am going to add a little bit of bling and a little bit of some ribbon. Oh, I think that's better. I like that a lot. Okay, now I'm going to stamp a few more of these and cut them out, and you can tell me, give me a little feedback here about what you're thinking. I'm going to do a couple of different words in here. So I've got my hello. Now let's put, you know what, let's do 2 hellos and 2 thank yous. I think that's going to be the ticket. I think I'm going to get one more out of this little piece here. And I think But I know one other little thing that we're going to do to just bring this all together. Well, that didn't come out as well as I wanted. Let's try again. I think I probably need to re-ink my ink pad. That is one of my personal pet peeves. Ink pads that are not inked up because you don't get the saturation of ink that you need. And so this ink pad was at an event on Saturday. It was my monthly card class, and I was using it a lot on the inside of some Christmas cards, so I think I just haven't stopped long enough to take care of that. Now I think we're going to do thanks, but let's see. Thanks is, oh, I think it might just, oh, it fits, barely, but it fits the white, it fits the postage stamp punch, so let's do it. And again, this would make a lovely little set of cards. 2 hellos and 2 thanks. That's what we're going to do. We could do birthday and there's others, but I would need to change out my punch and make it a little bit longer. Oh, look at that. That fits really nicely, actually. If you do not have this postage stamp punch, it is a favorite of mine. I would highly recommend getting it. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but I kind of like it. So we're going to go with it. And then I need one more piece of white. Just a little scrap here. There we go. And we go with thanks. I do think that white helps to lift this. Again, I've got a lot of green here. I've got green ink and I've got shades of green, lots of shades of green. And I'm getting ready to put some green ribbon on here, I think. That was my plan. I might change that up a bit. Let's see what we think. It might be too much of a good thing. So let's see here. That's a tight fit, but I think it works. So let's put these together and see where we go. I got one more little thing I want to do with this crumb cake tag. Now, oh, there's my 4th one. So this little crumb cake tag, it needs a little something, something. So I'm going to take a sponge dauber. Let me find the one I need. Container stuck. Here we go. Just so you'll see what I'm doing here. So this is my little sponge dauber case because I always like to have a single dauber for every single color because I am a lazy stamper and I don't want to have to go in. Oh, there's crumb cake. Haven't even used it yet. I shifted to this system when we no longer were carrying the sponges that we had for so many years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this crumb cake ink on this crumb cake label, and I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to give this a little bit of color there so that it stands out. Probably put too much of a good thing over there, but I think that's going to help that to stand out nicely. Well, let's see. Do we like that or not? Maybe not. You know what? I don't think I like it. We're going to flip it over this way. Okay, no sponging. I think for one thing, with all of my blocks and my really tidy patterns here, I think it looks better when it doesn't have that. So that's what we're going to do. And I am going to pop these down because I'm going to put the whole label up on dimensionals. So let's put these down. Super tidy and cute. Now this was my plan on the ribbon. Oh, I think I do like it. Even though it's more green, it's nice and dark, so I think it's good. This is the braided linen trim. This is in Mossy Meadow. This is on the clearance rack right now. If you don't have this, you need to go get it. It's like $3 for 10 yards. It's crazy cheap. And you can do a lot of fun things with it. And look at these bows. So this is just like our linen thread that's been braided. And it's, okay, hopefully I'm in the camera now, Gail. It's really, really lovely to work with. And let me show you that in addition to making these really nice size bows, you can take the ends and fray the ends. So you get that kind of fun look there. Hopefully you can see. Hopefully that's better on being able to see. Oh yeah, now that's better. Yeah, we didn't need that sponging, was just a little bit too much. Okay, so that's where we're gonna go on all 4 of these, and just think about what a great teacher gift this would be. Think about what a great gift, you know, a lot of times we go into like family gatherings or some kind of Christmas party, and they have like a little white elephant exchange. Well, let me tell you, people would love to get these. This would be a hot item on one of those little, you know, those little exchanges where you pass the gifts back and forth. I think a lot of people would like this. You could either just put a belly band with some more of the designer series paper around it to gift it, or you could put it in one of our pretty little acetate boxes. So the main point that I was showing you here today is the stack and shuffle DSP technique. But then, of course, we have to take that and decorate it a bit. I'll show you some that I'm working on. I asked on our team Facebook group, I said, okay, stack and shuffle, I'm going to do it on my Facebook Live. Which pattern do you think, or which paper do you think I should use? So Crystal, who is actually our, she is our creative challenge coordinator, and she suggested this pattern if I wanted to go holiday, and then she also suggested artistic, what's it called? Artistic, not greetings, artistic something. And I've started on that one, so I'll show you before I go off camera. I'll show you how that one's looking, and I just didn't get them finished before I started, but I will, I'll show them to you tomorrow. So don't forget, I'm back here tomorrow, 4 o'clock, and we are going to be doing some fun packaging. So you have stamps, ink, and paper. Let's see what other fun things you can make with it. Now these are a little bit, these tails are a little too long for me. I don't like them hanging off the edge like that. So that one is there. Now, let me, before I go any farther and do the others, let me just ask you, because they'll be quick. I can either add this, which I think is maybe just adding more color. I can also add these, which I think might be a nice pop, maybe the gold, to give it a little bit of shine there. And Gail, this paper is actually in our holiday catalog. Let me show you exactly where it is. This is called Heartwarming Hugs. And it is on page 57 of the holiday catalog. So let me show you. Here it is. You can smell those hidden gems because it's not, like I said, it's not overly Christmassy. It doesn't have pine cones or wreaths or Christmas ornaments or anything like that. It does have a red and green palette. But there's just a lot of things you can do with it because there are checks and there's stripes and there's houndstooth, and you know, it's a really pretty paper. So I actually used this paper for my team Christmas cards this year, and they turned out really cute. Okay, I need my pick-a-tool. Where'd I put my pick-a-tool? Or take your pick. I never know what it's called. I always get it mixed up. Here we go. Take your pick is right here, and let's just see. Yes, see that gold? See that nice pop of gold against that dark green? Looks so pretty. So there I have a really pretty thank you card that I could use in December or in January very, very easily. Now let's get these others popped on here really quick and see how they're all going to look a little bit different, but a little bit the same. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 on my dimensionals. These, again, the labels are from the seasonal layers. And I will tell you on the seasonal layers, because, you know, we're on the last chance list now. So this Heartwarming Hugs paper is only available through January the 2nd while supplies last. So it is a paper I believe is very versatile. and would highly recommend to you. The bundle that has these labels in it is retiring, although the dies and the stamp set are not. So what that means is the dies in the stamp set will return in the holiday catalog next year, but they will no longer be a bundle price. So if you want to have that 10% savings, you need to go ahead and do that while you can. And remember, tomorrow only is free shipping. Woo-hoo-hoo on orders of $50 or more. That's a savings of 10% or $6.95, whichever is greater. And of course, on a $50 order, it's $6.95 minimum shipping. So you save that $6.95. You don't have to pay that tomorrow only. So I would strongly encourage you, if there's something on this last chance list that you are wanting, that you go ahead and get it while you can. Okay, so there's that one. And I've got one hello and one thanks. Make sure these are going the right direction. Here we go. Here's another thanks and another hello. And we are done and dusted in a matter of minutes. And I will tell you, it's really kind of an addicting technique. It's a healthy addiction because it's going to help you power through some of your designer series papers. And, this is also a great time of year to give things like this to those who maybe just need some appreciation. On my team, we have what we call a Making a Difference coordinator. So Alicia helps our team every quarter to have a focus on some kind of a charitable effort. And like last quarter, we did something for an organization here that helps young people who are exiting the foster system and heading out into adult world. And it can be a little scary when they don't really have, they're kind of all by their lonesomes. This month, or this quarter, we are doing actually a drop of some cards and gift card holders and things like that to a local police station. I can tell you that police and first responders, probably at this time of year more than any other, they could use a little of our appreciation. So, just a set of cards like this, or just a card that says thank you for what for serving our community. So there's a lot of different organizations you can do that you can bless, and let your creativity be a blessing to your community. You can do national organizations. One of my team members, Kathy, she does a lot with St. Jude's Hospital and the Children's Hospital, and sending cards there. They always need birthday cards, and the hospitals also, hospital staff love to have thank you cards, get well cards, thinking of you cards. And one of the others that we've done here in San Antonio is something called Fisher House. It's actually a national organization, and it's for our military hospital here when our military personnel are injured. They end up coming here for medical treatment, and their families are able to stay at a really cool place called Fisher House, and it's right there by the hospital, so that they can see their loved ones, which is a very important part of the healing process. Being able to see their families when they're recovering from some pretty severe injuries is very, very important part of the process. So being able to share things with those families, because, the reality is that when these families are working through someone that has an injury that takes maybe months to recover from, they're going to have birthdays, they're going to have anniversaries, they're going to have all these things, and a lot of times they don't really have the wherewithal to leave the campus there and go out and buy cards and things like that. So we stock their rooms with baskets of handmade cards. We do this with Ronald McDonald House as well. Lots of really worthy organizations that can use our creativity and be so blessed by it. So think about reaching out this time of year with some of your creativity. Like I said, my team, I would love for you to join my team. We do have a focus every single quarter for making a difference. And this is the challenge that we also have, challenges every month. And I am so happy with the way these have turned out. So this again is Stack and Shuffle Designer Series Paper Technique. And I hope that you will try it. If you do, please send me your pictures. I would love to feature them and just share them with our community here. So that is going to be it for today. Again, don't forget to come back tomorrow, and I'm going to be showing you how to make some quick and easy holiday packaging that you can adapt for birthdays, but I'm going to be, it's going to be seasonal because it's that time of year. And I sure thank you for coming by. Don't forget as well, tomorrow is the one day only free shipping sale. Now, you may have already done a lot of purchasing recently and you may not need anything else, but if there's anything on that last chance list, this is the time to get it. Tomorrow is the day I would really recommend. And if you're wanting to get anything for Christmas, Stampin' Up! Has told us that they recommend you purchase by the 13th. So December the 13th is really kind of the last opportunity to place an order that you can be pretty sure is going to get to you in time for Christmas. One other thing to think about with the one-day free shipping is if you like to buy the prepaid paper pumpkin codes, which make fantastic gifts, those are also free shipping, which is really nice. So you can buy 1 month, 3 month, 6 month paper pumpkin codes. Now remember, your order has to be $50 or more. So if you're buying 1 month paper pumpkin codes, you're going to need to buy several in order to get that free shipping. But that is a great, great deal. So Lisa, you are on this task. I think you mean that you're going to be making some of this stack and shuffle. It's super fun. I will post the dimensions here. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like my Facebook page. It helps me so much. And set your reminders so that you'll know when I'm going live. Typically, I go live every Tuesday and Thursday. This week, I'm going live Monday through Friday. And again, I've been at 2 o'clock for the last probably 3 years. And I'm really looking to shift to 4 o'clock. So that's the time I'm at Monday through Thursday. I think Friday I'm at 7 o'clock because I'm at physical therapy. Friday's my physical therapy day. So I will be here though and doing lots of practical, doable projects that you can make this month because we need a little break from everything else that's going on out there, whether it's holiday, busyness or just the news cycle that's so depressing. Get your stamp ink and paper out and let's make something that will bless somebody else. Thanks again for being here. Take care and God bless.